ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਿਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਆਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ ਆਦਿ ਸੱਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸੱਚ ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸੱਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸੱਚ ਤਿਲਕ ਜੰਝੂ ਰਾਖਾ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਤਾਕਾ ਕੀਨੋ ਬਡੋ ਕਲੂ ਮੈਂ ਸਾਕਾ ਸਾਧਨ ਹੇਤ ਇਤੀ ਜਿਨ ਕਰੀ ਸੀਸ ਦੀਆ ਪਰ ਸੀ ਨਾ ਉਚਰੀ ਧਰਮ ਹੇਤ ਸਾਕਾ ਜਿਨ ਕੀਆ ਸੀਸ ਦੀਆ ਪਰ ਸਿਰ ਨਾ ਦੀਆ ਨਾਟਕ ਚੇਟਕ ਕੀਏ ਕੋ ਕਾਜਾ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਲੋਗਨ ਕਹਿ ਆਵਤ ਲਾਜਾ ਚੌਪਈ ਠੀਕਰ ਫੋਰਤ ਲੀਸ ਸਿਰ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਪੁਰ ਕੀਆ ਪਿਆਨ ਤੇਗ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਸੀ ਕਰਿਆ ਕਰਹੀ ਨਾ ਕਿਨਹੂ ਆਨ ਤੇਗ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਕੇ ਚਲਤ ਭਇਓ ਜਗਤ ਕੋ ਸੋਕ ਹੈ ਸਭ ਜਗ ਭਇਓ ਜੈ 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 ਸੁਰਲੋਕ ਕਹਾ ਬੁੱਧ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਤੁਛ ਹਮਾਰੀ ਬਰਨ ਸਕੈ ਮਹਿਮਾ ਜੋ ਤਿਹਾਰੀ ਹਮ ਨਾ ਸਕਤ ਕਰ ਸਿਫਤ ਤੁਮਾਰੀ ਆਪ ਲਿਹੋ ਤੁਮ ਕਥਾ ਸੁਧਾਰੀ ਮੂਖ ਉਚਰੈ ਸ਼ਾਸਤਰ ਖਟ ਪਿੰਗ ਗਿਰਨ ਚੜ ਜਾਏ ਅੰਧ ਲਖੈ ਬਦਰੋ ਸੁਣੈ ਜੋ ਕਾਲ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰਾਏ ਡੰਡੌਤ ਬੰਧਨ ਅਨੇਕ ਬਾਰ ਸਰਬ ਕਲਾ ਸਮਰੱਥ ਡੋਲਣ ਤੇ ਰਾਖੋ ਪ੍ਰਭੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇ ਕਰ ਹੱਥ ਬਾਣੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੁਰੂ ਹੈ ਬਾਣੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਾਣੀ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਕਹਿ ਸੇਵਕ ਜਨ ਮਾਨੈ ਪ੍ਰਤੱਖ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਿਸਤਾਰੇ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਕਹਿ ਸੇਵਕ ਜਨ ਮਾਨੈ ਪ੍ਰਤੱਖ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਿਸਤਾਰੇ ਸਤਿਨਾਮ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਸਾਰੰਗ ਮਹੱਲਾ ਨਾਵਾ ਕਹਾ ਮਨ ਬਿਖਿਆ ਸੋ ਲਪਟਾਹੀ ਯਾ ਜਗ ਮਹਿ ਕਉ ਰਹਿਨ ਨ ਪਾਵੈ ਇਕ ਆਵਹਿ ਇਕ ਜਾਹੀ ਕਹਾ ਮਨ ਬਿਖਿਆ ਸੋ ਲਪਟਾਹੀ ਯਾ ਜਗ ਮਹਿ ਕਉ ਰਹਿਨ ਨ ਪਾਵੈ ਇਕ ਆਵਹਿ ਇਕ ਜਾਹੀ ਰਹਾਉ ਕਾਂ ਕੋ ਤਨ ਧਨ ਸੰਪਤ ਕਾਗੀ ਕਾਸਿਓ ਨੇਹੋ ਲਗਾਹੀ ਜੋ ਦੀਸੈ ਸੋ ਸਗਲ ਬਿਨਾਸੈ ਜੋ ਬਾਦਰ ਕੀ ਛਾਹੀ ਤਜ ਅਭਿਮਾਨ ਸਰਨ ਸੰਤਨ ਗਹੋ ਮੁਕਤ ਹੋਏ ਛਿਨ ਮਾਹੀ ਜਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਭਗਵੰਤ ਭਜਨ ਬਿਨ ਸੁਖ ਸੁਪਨੈ ਭੀ ਨਾਹੀ ਕਹਾ ਮਨ ਬਿਖਿਆ ਸਿਓ ਲਪਟਾਹੀ ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਸਾਜੀ ਨਿਵਾਜੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀਓ in the company of ਧੰਨ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ the light of the 10 gurus let us share the gurus ਫਤਿਹ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ Guru Sahib has blessed us with these unique moments to be able to spend time sitting in the company of Dhan, Satguru Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, and share their teachings. The last few months, we've been covering the Pavan Bani of Dhan Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj, Hindi Chadar, Srishti De Malik, the ninth Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, who, for the sake of everyone and all faiths, and the sake of the freedom of the Hindu faith as well, gave their all, sacrificed their head to preserve someone's right to worship in their way. Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj, their Shahidi Divas, the 350th year is upon us and is going to be celebrated across or remembered across the whole world, where we look at the Qurbani of Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj. In addition, Dhan Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji Maharaj 350th Guriyai Divas as well. Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji Maharaj, at such a young age, at the age of 9, became the Guru of the Sikhs and led the Sikh Panth into its most revolutionary form, the Guru Khalsa Panth that we see today. So Guru Sahib in the last few days, the last few weeks have given us guidance. We've got to Sarang Rag, and last week we covered the last two Shabads of Basant Rag and the first Shabd of Sarang. And today's Katha, Guru Sahib will bless us, will completing the remaining Shabds of Sarang Rag. Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj, their name means the brave sword. Tegh de Bahadur. There's different meanings of the name also. Guru obviously means someone who enlightens us. Tegh means sword. Bahadur means brave. So Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj at a young age, as we know, fought alongside their father, our beloved sixth Guru, Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji Maharaj, Miri Piri De Malik, in their battles. And they were so good on the battlefield that Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj's name shone, that they lived up to their name. The other meaning of Tegh Bahadur means that there is no other sword in this world that has the ability to take the head of the Guru as well. There's nothing that can conquer, there's no sword that can conquer Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj. And we have seen that in the Itihas, as we've been learning about Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj's teachings. We've also seen that people have attempted to shoot at Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj, to assassinate Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj. False people have stood and tried to pretend to be the true Guru. In fact, not just one, but 22 different false Gurus and many more. And then we've heard also that Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj has supported those kings of India, like the Raja of Jodhpur, who's Raja Bishan Singh Ji. Some places his name is Raja Man Singh as well. When he had gone to that area, that state of India near Bengal, where people were using black magic and mantras to kind of like scare people away, Aurangzeb had made a plan, and that plan was that if he could either kill off the Raja in this way, like making them fight against people who they were scared of, or they would come underneath him, like people were subservient, because if he was going to win either way, either the place where the black magic is coming from, they will lose, or this Raja will lose his seat as well in Jodhpur. So we know that Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj offered or gave their support when Raja Bishan Singh Ji took up the challenge from Aurangzeb to go to the place where all this black magic is being done, and all the people there were following a certain Devi and they were doing puja of her. They had actually defeated Raja Bishan Singh's grandfather, Raja Man Singh, previously. So the family of Raja Bishan Singh Ji, the mother, his wife, they knew about Sheme Pacha Ji's stories. They knew that Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji Maharaj, Bandi Shordata, had taken 52 kings out of the Gwalior fort, and their forefathers were also present in those 52 kings. With Diwali or Bandi Shor, as the Sikh Sangat celebrate it, is on the 21st of October, coming up very soon. So Sheme Pasha Ji Maharaj did blessings upon the nation of Punjab, of India at that time by saving those kings. The mother and the wife of Raja Bishan Singh Ji tell him that if you're going to be saved from this place, from this very difficult place, this place that is charged with negative energy, if you're going to be saved, then the only way is to take the sanctuary of Dhan, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj. So we see that he wins the battle against the black magic of those forces and with the support of Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj. Because tant mant na johi, tantars and mantars can't touch the sanctuary of Guru Sahib. Guru Gobind Singh Ji, Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj is the light of the 10 Gurus. And each Guru Sahib before has blessed, through their history, we've seen countless examples where evil power or negative influences cannot defeat the Guru in any way. Guru is the protector of everyone. Guru Sahib looks after us wherever we go. They are always with us. They are always present with us as long as we allow them to be. As long as they are remembered with every swas in our bodies, then Guru Sahib is Akal Purkh, the timeless protector, the person who sits within us and protects us. Such is our great Guru, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj. That's why no one can defeat Dhan Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj. No one has the samratha, no one has the power to do that. So such a Guru, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj, is tuning into the Sikh Sangatan across the east of India towards Bangladesh, nowadays known as Bangladesh. In those days, it was all part of India, and places like Dhaka, the capital of Bangladesh, these places already had Gursikh Sikh Sangata. They already had Dharmsalas because Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj had visited these places. And over time, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj in the ninth form has gone to visit these places. So there's some time that in between that Sikh Sangatan are developing, the Dharmshalas are developing, and from those places, Gursikhs would send the Savand and give, what they Akoran. So they would give their Akoran, i.e., they would offer the blessings or offer their gifts to Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj wherever they were present. So Raja Bishan Singh Ji and all the army, alongside Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj and Sikhs of Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj, are in that western area of Bangladesh. And we have got to that point in the Katha as well, because we're doing the Katha as we're along, the historical aspect of it as we're going along. This week, we'll see the end of these Shabads of Sarang. Next week is the Rag Jajavanti, which is the particular Rag in Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, which only contains the Bani of Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj. There's no other Guru Sahib is written in Jajavanti Rag. It's a unique Rag. And there's 4 Shabds of Rag Jajavanti before Salok Mahalla Nama starts. So in a fortnight's time, we will be starting Salok Mahalla Nama and the whole Bhog Slok that we normally listen to at the end of Guru Granth Sahib Ji in a Sahaj Part or Akhand Part Sahib. Dhan Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj, let us focus on what their teachings are for us in today's Katha. Let us focus our minds on Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj's words and their bhajan, so that we can make our life fruitful and merge with the Creator by following their teachings.
Satnam Sri Vaheguru Sahib Ji Sarang Mahalla Nava.
Dhan Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj in Sarang Rag blesses. Alongside being a Rag Sarang, Sarang, that person who wants to be dyed in the color of Akal Purkh Vaheguru, recites the Bani from Sarang Rag.
Kaha man bekhya se laptahi.
Oh my mind, why do you attach yourself to poisons of Vishay? Vishay basically means vices, or the things that take us away from Guru Sahib. So when we look at that, effectively, it governs our senses. We allow our senses to go somewhere. So we have like Shabda, Saparsa, Roop, Ras, Te Gandh. Gandh means basically smelling. So we allow our smell sense to go and uh, investigate those smells which aren't great for us. Like, for example, people inhale drugs, like inhale intoxicants, or people will go into the vicinity of those individuals where there may be people wearing perfume, or they may be wearing, you know, the mind is very tricky. It allows you, it'll find a way anyhow to get to the element of lust in some way, shape, or form. So through that ras, through the taste, or through the momentary bliss of just looking for that smell or that scent, we allow our mind to be distracted. Then we also have sapars. Sapars means touch. So we allow ourselves to be carried away with our sense of touch, maybe, whether that's stealing in a big sense, or whether that is through some sort of sensual feeling ourselves. We go and we search for that vishay. We allow for that visha, that vice, to come to us, that corrupt vice. And through that corrupt vice, then what happens? We develop more pap, we develop more organ, we develop a behavior, a persistent behavior. Because a pap is something that comes when you think about it. An aparad is something that comes when that pap is constantly thought about, and then it becomes a physical action. You get obsessed about it, or you start overthinking it. And then when you start overthinking it, we go and do that exact thing, whatever we're not supposed to do. So the key is to kind of reel it back in. If we can't stop the evil thought, then at least reel it in and stop the action and prevent ourselves from doing that action first. And then holi through the bhajan, through Simran, through getting the sanctuary of Guru Sahib, through doing Char Sahib of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, through doing Pandyan di Seva, through doing Jodiyan di Seva, through seeing the darshan of Guru Granth Sahib Ji on a regular basis, we reel in the Vishay and we give ourselves strength to fight our mind as well. So Guru Sahib are saying, why do you allow your mind to focus on these poisons? This poison of, we mentioned the touch, we mentioned the smell. We also have the poison, perhaps the one of the two of the biggest poisons of Shabad, listening to those things that are not conducive to our spiritual elevation. So when we listen to, like, you can listen to Shabads, which is the highest form of listening, because Guru Sahib instructs us that these Sravan, these ears, are only made to listen to Parmeshar's name, Akal Purkh Vaheguru's name. E Sravan ho mereo, sacha sunane no patai. You've been you've been sent into this world with ears to listen to the praise of Akal Purkh Vaheguru. Guru Sahib say the true praise of a Vaheguru. But we can easily direct ourselves and distract ourselves and listen to something else. So another form underneath Kirtan and underneath the praise of God, like highest form is Katha and Kirtan, and then below that you maybe have just Aam Sansari Galna, like the motivational people of this world who are not united with God, who might just be motivational, i.e., like giving bhashans or lectures on stages, or maybe a teacher, or maybe a lecture. And it's in its worst form, you may be listening to Gande Geet, or like Gane that, or songs that are not conducive to meeting with Akal Purkh Vaheguru. And actually, when we're in that state, we must understand that the reason why we're listening to those things is not because we want to chill out and relax and just have a good time. It's actually because our spiritual state is very, very, very kindergarten. It's very, very simple at that point, because we've not actually got to that high point of understanding Parameshwar Vaheguru in all ways. So, Shabad Hundaya, we allow our minds the poison, we allow it in by listening to those things. And in its worst other form is Nindya and slander. We allow ourselves to talk and converse with others, talking bad about other people, and we listen to it and we think, we take glee, we take bliss in someone's others' bad actions or their bad behaviors. And what actually happens is we begin to kind of partake in that negativity ourselves. We're actually doing the exact thing that you're talking about negatively with another person. So Nindya in its form is looked down upon by Gursikhs and Guru Sahibs. That's another Visha. So Shabd, Sapar, touch, Shabd is listening. and then hearing sounds of such things. Sabd Saparsa, Roop, Ras, Tigan, and then tasting those things. So we might go down. The highest form of tasting is Khoob Khana Khichdi Ya Main Amrit Lon. Guru Sahib says, Sab to Vadiya Khana Oa, which is very simple to eat, very simple to digest, which is conducive to a spiritual kind of like searcher. When we have like heavy foods, or we eat like something that is something beyond our like need as such. You know how banda is going to do 20 hours of work, they're going to eat 20 rotiyan. But if a person just does 2 hours or 3 hours work a day or sits in an office, their needs for eating are going to be very different from a person who expends energy all day long. So Guru Sahib blesses and tells us that Khoob khana khichdi ya main amrit lon. Eat those foods that are conducive to your spiritual condition, that don't add karm, that don't add weight to your like your distraction or give power to your inability to focus. So Guru Sahib also tells us that sharab, mas, adik, there those foods that are not conducive to our spiritual way of uniting with Akal Purv Vaheguru. And in its worst form, then we eat those things which aren't supposed to be eaten at all. So, ochijan, drugs are the hard drugs. We digest those things that are not great for our body. We eat those things that may be behiya, that may be lying around for days and weeks and not being eaten, and we're eating those things. We're not eating fresh food, we're not eating organically made food, for example, or freshly made food. So in the past, our mothers and our fathers and our parents would tell us कि behi roti na kha. They would guide us and tell us that this food is off. So eat fresh food made fresh in the day. So in these ways, Gursikhs are challenging their mind because we allow ourselves to eat those kind of foods that may be highly processed as well. So at the same time, Guru Maharaj says, Sabd Sarup, Shabad Sapar Sarup Ras Gandh. We allow ourselves to attach ourselves to these vishay. And perhaps one of the biggest vishay is watching or seeing things with your eyes. And this one possibly is the most biggest one because we have it right in front of our hands. We have it in our phones, don't we? And even that is tricky because you see one reel and you think, I should block this and I shouldn't be looking away or should be looking away at this. Why am I looking at this? Sometimes it's not even intended for you to see and it just pops up and you think, why? Why has this appeared? At that time, when you've allowed your reflection and allowed your gyan to hit you, perhaps maybe we do ardas at that point to Maharaj and say, Maharaj, kirpa karo. Or maybe do a Japji Sahib, maybe add a Bani and say, Maharaj, like, and perhaps not recite Bani whilst looking at your phone. That's another problem. Nowadays, we listen to Nitnem, but we're on our phone playing like Sudoku. That doesn't work in the way it should work. When we recite Bani, the rule should be the best form is to sit with the Poti Sahib, with the Gutka Sahib. That's the highest form. And when you're sitting with the Gutka Sahib, you don't sit on the floor, especially if someone's listening. If somebody's listening, ਉਹ ਥੱਲੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸੁਣਾਉਣ ਵਾਲਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਉੱਪਰ ਬੈਠੇ. The person who's reciting the Gurbani with the Poti Sahib, if they're sitting with the Poti Sahib, should always sit in a higher place than a person who's listening. This is the Pavana of Gursikhs. In the past, this used to be done. Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji Maharaj at Sri Hargobindpur, they asked the Sangat, didn't they? They said, is there anyone who will recite Sri Japji Sahib? I want to listen to Sri Japji Sahib. And then a Gursikh Pai Gopala Ji stood up and he said, Maharaj, if you allow me, I will recite Japji Sahib if you do kirpa and you do blessings. And with your power and with your blessings, I'll recite it as correctly as possible. Because Maharaj's condition was, oh Japji Sahib sunave, jida sab to shuddh part karda hove. They should have it ucharan really to the T. They know every single sihari, bihari, onkar, dalankar, every single vowel should be in the right place, how it's written. So Pai Gopala Ji stood up. He said, Maharaj, what did Maharaj do at that time? Maharaj didn't stay on the throne. Maharaj sat on the floor themselves and got a palanga for Pai Gopala Ji to recite Sri Japji Sahib. And as he was reciting Japji Sahib, Maharaj gets off the palanga and sits on the floor out of respect, out of satkar of Gurbani. Mahapur Sant Baba Thakur Singh Ji, I remember Das was in that place in a room where some Singhs were sunaing Gurbani to Mahapurush, Baba Thakur Singh Ji. And what he'd done, they'd placed the Gursikhs on chairs, sitting on chairs. And it was about midnight, and the Gursikhs had been reciting Gurbani to Babaji for nearly since 7 p.m. So they had been listening to Gurbani lagatar for 5 hours. That was the kind of bhajan bandagi that they were living with. And when Baba Thakur Singh Ji were lying down on a mattress, so the mattress, there was no bed, there was a mattress on the floor, and they were lying down on the mattress and they were resting. It looked like as if they were resting, but they were actually listening to the Gurbani. And they had two chairs with Gursikhs sitting on one side and one on this side. There was 3 Gursikhs lying their Bani. And I remember very clearly, one of the Gursikhs got very tired and he got up and he walked over. So he was sitting near the head side. That was another aspect of Satkar of Gurbani, that when you recite Gurbani, the person sunaing to you, if you're lying down, should always be in the head side, not the feet side. They should never, your feet shouldn't be pointing to a calendar with Gurbani on it or with a picture of Guru Sahib on it. Jida hone is kamre vich kinne picture lage hoye a. When we recite Gurbani, we shouldn't have our feet turning towards Gurbani or Bani on a wall. This is Satkar of Gurbani. Inu idda na samjhe is karm kand. You know, when we have someone speaking to us, like an elder, we don't go and put our feet towards their face, do we? You turn them and you look at them in the eye and you sit and talk to them, don't you? You give them eye contact. So in a similar way, you sanam can't you to that individual. But if you don't turn your back on them, do you? You don't turn the back on the elder. So that's not Satkar. Satkar and the other Satkar of Gurbani is that if you're listening and the other person's got a Poti Sahib or reading from a phone, the best form of reading is from a Poti Sahib or a Gutka Sahib, holding with the Ramallah, and that person should be sitting higher. So what happened, these Gursikhs didn't have a Poti Sahib, they were reciting Gurbani Kant to Mahapurush. I think at that time there was 9 Chaupe Sahib. And what happened, one of the Singhs got up and got tired, and as he got tired, he walked over towards the feet side of Baba Thakur Singh Ji. And Baba Thakur Singh Ji sprang up so fast, and he said, Singha, ette baith sir de lage. Look how aware and conscious they were. Ette sir de lage baitho. Like Satkar vajon. Ja ette khad ke sunao. Because ਇਹ ਸਤਕਾਰ ਆ, ਇਹ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਦਾ ਅਦਬ ਆ. Sometimes ਸਾਡੇ ਭੁੱਲਣਹਾਰ, ਆਪਾਂ ਇੰਨੇ ਭੁੱਲਣਹਾਰ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ. You know, nowadays in our beds, ਆਪਣੇ ਬੈੱਡਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ sometimes people have ਪਲੰਗੇ where they have drawers underneath. ਤੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਪੋਥੀਆਂ ਰੱਖੀਆਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ, ਕੈਲੰਡਰ ਰੱਖੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ. Sometimes there's Bani and books in there with Gurbani in there. ਤੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਚਿੰਤਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਤਾਂ ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੋਈ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਆ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਾਣੀ ਆ, and I'm sleeping on top of it. So you need to look at these things. ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਸਤਕਾਰ ਵਾਲੀਆਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ. So Bhai Gopala Ji started reciting Sri Japji Sahib on a throne, and as Guru Hargobind Ji Maharaj are listening, they get off their palanga and about to sit on the floor. They're moved off, giving satkar to Japji Sahib, because this Bani was being recited with so much love by Bhai Gopala Ji. And then what happens? Bhai Gopala Ji gets to the end, no thought, no distraction in his mind whatsoever, and ikras all the way. And right toward the end of Japji Sahib, he thinks, Maharaj is going to give me something for slaying this Bani. What shall I ask for? A thought, ichha came into his mind. Just before he had recited Gurbani, some Gursikhs had brought 5 horses to Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji Maharaj. 4 of them Guru Sahib Ji had given out to different Gursikhs, and there was one amazing Koda left. And what happened, his mind went to Guru Hargobind Ji Maharaj's mind was elsewhere. They were thinking, this Gursikh is reciting Gurbani with so much love and affection, I'm going to make him the next Guru of the Sikhs. Look at this ichha. Guru Sahib's thinking, they want to make him into the next Guru of the Sikhs. And Bhai Gopala Ji is thinking, if Maharaj gives me something, I'll ask for the horse. Kithe Guru Gurtagati? That the whole Khalsa Panth would have bowed down to Bhai Gopala Ji as the 7th Guru of the Sikhs. Think about it. The ਉਸ ਵੇਲੇ Guru Maharaj is ready to give him Gurtagati, but ਉਹ ਸੋਚ ਗਿਆ ਕਿ I'm wanting something materialistic. And then Maharaj shifted the sense and said, ਭਾਈ ਆਪਾਂ ਤਾਂ Gurtagati ਦੇਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ on the Samapti. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੰਨੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਨਾਲ ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਨਾਲ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਸੀ, we had something else in our mind that we wanted to bless you, the ਗੁਰਤਾ ਗੱਦੀ, but we'll give you your horse. ਘੋੜਾ ਵੀ ਦੇ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ। ਕਪਾਈ ਕਪਾਲਾ ਜੀ, imagine what he must have been thinking at that time. Like, what did Maharaj just say? The obviously, out of bhavana and love and humility, he probably said, I'm not worthy of it anyway. But it's a lesson for us to show the adab and satkar of Gurbani and how we should take it forward. So, the best form for our eyes to stay away from the poison of the phone is to wash your hands, be suffer clean clothes, and sit with a Poti Sahib. If you come back from a work and you're toiled and you're starving, you're hungry, eat first, whatever, do ishnan, whatever you need to do. But sit single-minded with the Poti Sahib, doing darshan of it. Then the anand is different. The heart are getting suffered by holding the Poti Sahib. Your eyes, your ears, everything, every sense is being catered for. Some people, when they recite Gurbani, they put jots on, don't they? They put toof on, don't they? They do it out of their bhavana, don't they? ਇਹ ਪੁਰਾਤਨ ਸਮੇਂ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ. They used to do that. And Atihas, it tells us to clean the vatavaran of the place. They would have toof and jot and stuff like that. Vatavaran means atmosphere or environment. So the highest form for the mind, for these eyes, is reciting Gurbani with a Poti Sahib, isn't it? The lowest form is probably through our phones, because it's the closest thing through us at the moment. We look at parai roop, don't we? We look at gandagi. We go for lust, we look at porn. We do those things that perhaps are not great for us as Gursikhs. They are like sazavan, that Waheguru states that those people who are lustful and kami, when they get saza from Dharamraj, they are made to hold onto the pillars, and those pillars are heated up from the floor. Yani ke inni vaddi saza mildi hai for those people who attach themselves to lust. So Guru Sahib Maharaj are blessing us and saying that these intoxicants of the mind, baharli sharabban nahi, andarli sharabban, these senses allow our mind to be distracted. And the way to kind of undistract it is think, what is the highest action for my mind in this moment? What's the highest action for my eyes? What's the highest action for my hands? What's the highest action for my feet? What's the highest actions for my nose, for my smell? What should I be taking in? What gun should I be smelling? What good quality should I be taking in? This is that approach that Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj are telling us to take up. And they're telling us and warning us, don't be attached to these intoxicants.
Ya jag mah kau rahan na paava, ek aavah ek jahi.
Maharaj ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕੋਈ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਕਿਸ ਸਮੇਂ ਮਰਨੇ ਸਵਾਸ ਕੱਢ ਦੇਣੇ ਆ. In our lives we can see ourselves. ਕੋਈ 20 ਸਾਲ ਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਆਣ ਕੇ ਸ਼ਰਾਬ ਪੀ ਕੇ ਮਰ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਆ. ਕੋਈ 26 ਸਾਲ ਦਾ, ਕੋਈ 36 ਸਾਲ ਦਾ ਸੁੱਤਾ ਪਿਆ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਆ. You know, like, you don't know at what age Maharaj is going to take us, isn't it? We don't know. We have got no kind of set mind. Sare tapa Brahmgani nahi hai that we know how we're going to go from this world. But Guru Sahib Maharaj says, that those people, those individuals, you cannot say one thing about this world that is not permanent. Te koi aanda ya, te kisi ne jana ya. If somebody is coming into this world, somebody is leaving that moment as well. So another thought here is ਆਪਾਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ when someone comes into the world, don't we? ਬਹੁਤ ਖੁਸ਼ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਬੱਚਾ ਹੋਇਆ ਫਲਾਣਾ ਤਿਮਕਾ. But then we should temper it with a thought that ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਸਮੇਂ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਘਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਆ, ਉੱਥੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੋਗ ਵੀ ਆ ਕਿਸੇ ਦਾ ਚੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ. Because we should temper it, don't we? And then when we're about to see someone who's passed away and who's died and has given and gone from this world, and we're in that dukh, that sense of separation, then we should temper it with a thought ke ਹੁਣ ਤਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਆ ਵੀ ਰਿਹਾ ਇਸ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਵਿੱਚ, ਉਹ ਵੀ ਖੁਸ਼ ਆ. And ਕੀ ਪਤਾ the person who's just left me, they're coming back very soon, or they're already being given a life. Because that's what Maharaj states. ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਰੋਂਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ, but the way Waheguru works, he's already probably sent that person back into another life form. And the very fly that we're swatting away on the borg of our ancestors is probably the fly that actually passed away in your family. We don't know. ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਗਿਆਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਇਸ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦੀ. So Guru Sahib says that somebody is coming, somebody is going from this world. This is the way of the world. Vishram de ke Guru Sahib say that take account for it. If the world is so impermanent, ਫਿਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਪਰਮਨੈਂਟ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਬਣਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ, our world to be permanent, ਮਹਾਰਾਜ says ਭਜਨ ਕਰੀਏ and not intoxicate our mind.
ਕਾਂ ਕੋ ਤਨ ਧਨ ਸੰਪਤ ਕਾ ਕੀ.
So Maharaj says, what use is this body that you're pampering? What use is the wealth that you've got in your pocket at the moment? ਜਿਹੜੇ 50 100 200 ਪਾਉਂਡ ਪਾਏ ਆ ਜੇਬ ਵਿੱਚ, ਉਹਦਾ how useful is that really? ਜੇ ਸਵਾਸ ਨਿਕਲ ਗਏ 200 ਪਾਉਂਡ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਕੱਢ ਲੈਣਾ, ਜੇ ਸਵਾਸ ਬੱਸ ਤੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹੋਏ ਨਿਕਲ ਜਾਣੇ ਆ, ਕਿਸੇ ਗੋਰੇ ਨੇ ਆਣ ਕੇ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਕੱਢ ਲੈਣਾ, ਰਾਈਟ, ਉਹ ਕੰਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਣਾ ਕਿਤੇ, ਇਟਸ ਨਾਟ ਗੋਇੰ ਟੂ ਬੀ ਆਫ ਯੂਜ਼ ਟੂ ਅਸ ਐਟ ਦੈਟ ਮੋਮੈਂਟ. ਤੇ ਤਨ ਬੋਡੀ ਤਾਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਹੀ ਦਿਸ ਬੋਡੀ ਜਿਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਆਪਾਂ ਵਿਸ਼ਵਾਸ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਦਿਸ ਇਜ਼ ਦ ਥਿੰਗ ਦੈਟਸ ਗੋਇੰ ਟੂ ਕੈਰੀ ਅਸ ਅਕ੍ਰੋਸ. ਯੂ ਸਰਚ ਐਂਡ ਯੂ ਸਪੀਕ ਟੂ ਐਲਡਰਲੀ ਪੀਪਲ ਐਂਡ ਦੇ ਵਿਲ ਟੈਲ ਯੂ ਕਿ ਭਾਈ ਸਰੀਰ ਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿਸ ਸਮੇਂ ਖਰਾਬ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ. ਵੀ ਜਸਟ ਡੋਂਟ ਨੋ. There's been videos of Gursikhs who doing ਕੀਰਤਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋਏ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਸਵਾਸ ਨਿਕਲਦੇ ਆ. There was one Gursikh that a Singh told us about once, that he was doing katha on the stage, and whilst he did katha he was on it, like he knew spiritually ਕਿ ਉਹਦਾ ਸਮਾਂ ਆ ਗਿਆ ਆ. He said ਸਾਰੀ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਆ ਕਿ ਕਥਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਵਿਚਾਰਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਨੇਕਾਂ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਰ ਦੀਆਂ ਗਲਤੀਆਂ ਹੋ ਗਈਆਂ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਮਾਫ ਕਰ ਦਿਓ. ਫਤਿਹ ਬੁਲਾਤੀ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ. ਉੱਥੇ ਸਵਾਸ ਪੂਰੇ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਔਨ ਦ ਸਟੇਜ. ਸੰਤ ਮਸਕੀਨ ਜੀ ਆਪਣੇ the very famous Kathavachik, you listen to his last divan, you can see in YouTube what he said on the stage ਕਿ ਭੁੱਲਾਂ ਚੁੱਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਖਿਮਾ ਬਖਸ਼ਣੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਹੁਣ ਸਮਾਪਤੀ ਹੈ, my time has come, ਬਸ ਮਨ ਭਰ ਗਿਆ, I'm done, this is it. Next day he passed away. Recently Baba Baljinder Singh ji Rada Sahib wale, if you listen to their last divan, they never, out of character, the stage secretary said ke this is the jathedar, this is the Siriman Mukh Sevadar of Sri Rada Sahib Samprada. And what did they say in the stage? On the stage, as he was speaking, he said, Main jathedar nahi hai, I'm no one, I'm nothing, I'm not the jathedar. And what happened within the next day? Swas chale gaye, they left this world at a young age. So ek karni hundi hai Gursikhan di. If somebody has spent time in that Karam Khand ki Bani Jor, Japji Sahib says that their jeeb, their Bani, their speech becomes powerful, who are Karam Khand, who are in Karam Khand ki Bani Jor, that spiritual avastha where Sur, Bir, Bachan ke Bali, they become powerful, their bachans, their words become strong, because they are filled with such and sachai. ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਇਸ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਤੋਂ ਚੱਲਦੇ ਹੋਏ ਉਹ ਦੱਸ ਕੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ, ਭਾਈ ਮੈਂ ਹੁਣ ਚੱਲਾ ਆ, that is my time. ਆਪਣੇ ਪਰਿਵਾਰਾਂ 'ਚ ਦੇਖਿਓ ਕੋਈ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਮਿਲੂਗਾ ਜਿਹਨੇ ਭਜਨ ਬੰਦਗੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਕੋਈ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਸਾਈਨ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਹੋਊਗਾ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਮੇਰਾ ਸਮਾਂ ਆ ਗਿਆ, ਭਾਈ ਮੈਂ ਜਾਣਾ ਆ, ਮੇਰਾ ਸਮਾਂ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ. So in this way Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj say that this body is immaterial, ਇਹ ਤਾਂ wasteful ਆ, it's nothing, it ain't going to go with us, neither is our wealth going to go with us, then neither is the accumulated wealth, sampat. Our sampat is not going to go with us either. Jitte byaj penda hai, oh nahi jana hai. You know, the interest, the money in the accounts and stuff like that, we're doing it. Aapa kar rahe hain, sare kar rahe hain, main bhi kar rahe hain. Par, oh jana nahi hai naal. It's transitory. So, Maharaj nahi kehte ke na karo. Maharaj is not saying that. Maharaj is saying that lift your mind from it. Je aapa all our day is just enticed and engrossed in those things, Maharaj says, lift the mind and do bhajan for a while. 2 ਘੰਟੇ ਭਜਨ ਵੀ ਕਰ ਲਈਏ, ਭਜਨ ਨਿਤਨੇਮ ਕਰ ਲਈ, ਵਧਾ ਲਈਏ. Instead, so make the mind the forest, what Maharaj is trying to say. Instead of going into the forest and looking for it physically, ਇੱਥੇ ਬਿਠਾ ਲਓ forest ਨੂੰ. ਰੇ ਮਨ ਐਸੋ ਕਰ ਸੰਨਿਆਸਾ, ਬਨ ਸੇ ਸਦਨ ਸਭੈ ਕਰ ਸਮਝੋ, ਮਨ ਹੀ ਮਾਹੇ ਉਦਾਸਾ. ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਉਦਾਸਤਾ ਰੱਖੋ, ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ detached ਰਹੋ. Do everything, do ਸਾਰੇ ਕਾਰਜ, but be detached from it. ਇਹਨਾਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਨਾ ਕਰੋ, ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ. These 4 things that Maharaj mentioned, the body, the wealth that's in our pocket, and the accumulated wealth, they're not going to go with us, they're not of use to us. ਜੈ ਮਾਤ ਪਿਤਾ ਸੁਤ ਮੀਤ ਨਾ ਭਾਈ, ਮਨ ਊਹਾ ਨਾਮ ਤੇਰਾ ਸੰਗ ਸਾਈ. ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਸੁਖਮਨੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ, they say it, they say ਜਿੱਥੇ ਮਾਤਾ ਪਿਤਾ ਪੁੱਤਰ ਸੰਬੰਧੀ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ, ਉੱਥੇ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਹੀ ਹੋਣਾ ਆ ਸਹਾਈ. The only Vaheguru's name is our true wealth.
ਜੋ ਦਿਸੈ ਸੋ ਸਗਲ ਬਿਨਾਸੈ,
ਜੋ ਦਿਸਦਾ ਆ ਇਹ ਸਗਲ ਬਿਨਾਸੈ, it's gonna disappear, it's all ਨਾਸ਼ਵੰਤ. ਜੋ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦਿਸ ਰਿਹਾ, whatever we see in front of us is gonna dematerialize, ਇਹ real ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ, this isn't the reality. We think it's reality, but ਇਹ reality ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ. If ਜਿਹੜਾ ਭਜਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ 100 ਜਪਜੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਰੋਜ਼ ਕਰਦਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛਿਓ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਕਿ reality ਕੀ ਆ. Go and ask him what he sees. When a person goes to a Sikhi camp or a Kamai camp, ask that person how they feel when they come back to work the next day. After 5 days of being in Maharaj's Huzuri. Spend time doing seva bhakti. ਉਹਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛੋ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਕੰਮ ਦਾ ਕਰ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਦਾ, what kind of world is it out there really? It's not the reality. The reality is actually what Maharaj is saying. Bhajan bandgi is the thing that's going to go with us.
ਜੋ ਬਾਦਰ ਕੀ ਛਾਹੀ
Maharaj ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ, I'll give you an example, and they explained it a few weeks ago as well. Jo badar ki chai. You know, if you're standing and you see it's a sunny day, right, and you can see the landscape. They baddal aanda aya, the clouds are coming. On the floor, you can see the shadow of the cloud, can't you? But there's no cloud there, it's just a shadow. So in a similar way, Maharaj says, we think it's real, this illusion of all these things, but it's transition. ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਬੱਦਲ ਵੀ ਦੂਰ ਚਲੇ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਤੇ ਉਹਦੀ ਛਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਦੂਰ ਚਲੇ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਆ, ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ the materialistic, the attachment to the body, our wealth, our accumulated wealth, it's also going to go in the same way. It's not real.
ਤਾਜ ਅਭਿਮਾਨ ਸਰਨ ਸੰਤਨ ਗਹੋ.
So Maharaj said, ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਹੁਣ ਮੇਰੇ ਵਰਗਾ ਕੋਈ ਹੋਵੇ ਹਨਾ, if they hear this, how many Shabads of Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj's Bani have been on a similar flex? Every Sunday in the last few months, I reckon one Shabad of Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj's Bani has said this. Because Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj, what are they doing? They're going to all parts of India and they're giving updates to people about lifting their mindsets and detaching themselves and attaching themselves to truth. And what was Maharaj going to do? Maharaj is asking them to sacrifice, aren't they? And Maharaj did the primal sacrifice. Maharaj keh rahe hain, tusi choti sacrifice karo, main baddi karda haan. But they had to earn it, didn't they? They had to show it to the world. Ke main udde nahi keh raha. I'm telling the whole of India, this is what I'm going to do. They went and did it. They lived it. They gave the supreme sacrifice, didn't they? So, mere varga hove, I would turn around at that point and I'll say, I'll give it a few more days, baad kar lange, hor bani, next week kar lange, agle week to shuru kar dein. We always push the deadline back, don't we? As if we've got the power to push Maut back. We don't, innit? ਆਪਾਂ ਐਸੇ ਹੀ ਸੋਚਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਬਾਤ ਕਰ ਲਾਂਗੇ. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ give up your abhiman, give up your ego, stop your ego, because that's your ego speaking, and do it now in the present. ਹੁਣ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰੋ ਐਸੇ ਵੇਲੇ, ਹੁਣੇ ਸਮਾਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰੋ, ਹੁਣੇ ਵਧਾਓ ਸਮਾਂ. When you start doing it now and here, then Maharaj gives the blessings.
ਮੁਕਤ ਹੋਏ ਛਿਨ ਮਾਹੀ.
ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਸੇ ਛਿਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਦ ਹੁਣੀ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰੋਗੇ, ਮਹਾਰਾਜ in that blink of an eye, you will be liberated. You will be taken care of. Because ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਚਨ ਮੰਨ ਲਿਆ ਉਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਬਚਨ ਮੰਨ ਲਿਆ. ਇੱਕ ਖੀਰਖਾਨਾ ਸਿੱਖ ਆਇਆ to Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj, and he came to Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj, and ਉੱਥੇ ਬੈਠਾ ਗਿਆ, sat there. 2 ਦਿਨ ਲੰਘ ਗਏ, 1 ਦਿਨ ਲੰਘ ਗਿਆ, 3, 4, 5 ਦਿਨ ਲੰਘ ਗਏ. Maharaj Guru Amar Das Ji sent a Gursikh to him and said, ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕਹੋ ਕਿ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਿਆ ਕਰੇ ਲੰਗਰ ਵਿੱਚ. That Gursikh was somebody like Baba Buddha Ji Sahib, ਏਦਾਂ ਦੇ Gursikh, not was any old Gursikh who went to tell him. ਇਹ Gursikh ਗਿਆ, came back to Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj, ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਜੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਆਪ ਆਉਣਗੇ ਫਿਰ ਮੈਂ ਜਾਊਂਗਾ. This is what his words were. He spent nearly a month doing nothing except by eating langar in the Guru Ghar at that time. ਫਿਰ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਨੇ ਸੋਚਿਆ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਸਮਝਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ, ਵਾਰ-ਵਾਰ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਭੇਜਦੇ ਹਾਂ, we send Gursikhs to him, he doesn't do any seva. ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਨੇ ਫਿਰ ਕੀ ਕੀਤਾ? He was resting this Gursikh, this person, this Kheerkhana, and Maharaj did his diwan outside his kamra. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਕਮਰੇ ਦੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਦੀਵਾਨ ਲਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ. So when he opened the door, you can hear all the sangat sitting there and Guru Amar Das Ji sitting right in front. He came and bowed in front of Guru Amar Das Ji. And then Maharaj said, ਕਿਉਂ ਵੇ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਕਿੰਨੀ ਵਾਰੀ ਭੇਜਿਆ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖ ਕਿ ਤੂੰ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰ, ਤੂੰ ਕਰਦਾ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ? ਮਹੀਨਾ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਤੈਨੂੰ, and you don't do any seva. ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰ 'ਚ ਲੰਗਰ ਛਕੀ ਜਾਂਦਾ, ਤੂੰ ਖੀਰ ਛਕਦਾ ਆ ਵਾਰ-ਵਾਰ, but you're actually just building up, you're not doing no seva. And ਉਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਮਾਫ ਕਰ ਦਿਓ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਹੁਣੀ ਬਚਨ ਦਿਓ, ਹੁਣੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰੋ. And that was probably the worst thing he could have said. Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj said, ਜੇ ਬਚਨ ਮੰਨਣਾ ਹੈ ਫਿਰ ਬਾਹਰ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਲੱਕੜਾਂ ਇਕੱਠੀਆਂ ਕਰਕੇ ਤੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਤੇ ਅੱਗ ਲਾ ਕੇ ਛਾਲ ਮਾਰ ਦੇ. This is what Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj said to him. He said, build a funeral pyre and put agni on it, put the fire on it, and go and jump into it, and then you'll be free. It's not easy. We've got to put our protest in front of Maharaj and say, Maharaj, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਸਭ ਕੁਝ ਛੱਡ ਦਿਓ, ਸਿਮਰਨ ਭਜਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲੋਂ, ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰੋ. And I like, don't ask for anything further, just say, Maharaj, just bless us, like, ਆਪ ਜੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰੋ, give us the Dhan. This Gursikh said, Maharaj, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਬਚਨ ਦਿਓ, ਮੈਂ ਮੰਨਦਾ ਹੁਣੀ. And then Maharaj said, ਜਾ ਫਿਰ ਉੱਥੇ. So what happens? He goes to the forest, he collects all the wood up, makes the funeral pyre, ਅੱਗ ਵੀ ਲਾ ਦਿੱਤੀ. ਹੁਣ ਡਰਦਾ ਆ ਕਿ ਹੁਣ ਮੈਂ ਮਰਨਾ ਪੈਣਾ ਆ. He's standing there thinking, I can't do this. How am I going to jump into the fire? ਉਧਰੋਂ ਇੱਕ ਚੋਰ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਆ. The chor comes and he's got people running after him, chasing him. And he said, ਤੂੰ ਕੀ ਇੱਥੇ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ? ਤੂੰ ਆ ਇੱਥੇ ਅੱਗ ਲੱਗੀ ਹੋਈ, ਕੋਈ ਮਰਿਆ? He goes, ਨਹੀਂ ਮਰਿਆ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ. He goes, ਗੁਰੂ ਅਮਰਦਾਸ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਨੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕਿਹਾ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਜੇ ਮੈਂ ਇਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਛਾਲ ਮਾਰੂੰਗਾ, if I jump into this, ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਮੁਕਤ ਹੋ ਜਾਊਂਗਾ, ਪਰ ਹੁਣ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ ਕਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ. And then the chor goes, ਫਿਰ ਤੂੰ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਕਰ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਕਰ ਦੇ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹ ਪਾਪਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਭਰਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੀ. He knew he had no chance. He knew he was going to go to Nark anyway, and this was an easy deal for him. So he said, ਤੂੰ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਕਰ ਦੇ ਬਚਨ, ਮੈਂ ਛਾਲ ਮਾਰ ਦਿੰਦਾ. And what happened? ਉਹਨੂੰ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਫੜਾ ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ. He went and jumped into the fire. The thief went into the fire. ਉਹ ਮੁਕਤ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ, because he followed ਗੁਰੂ ਅਮਰਦਾਸ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਦੇ ਬਚਨ. ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਹ ਸੀਗਾ, ਉਹ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਣ ਕੇ ਫੜ ਕੇ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਮਾਰਨ ਕੁੱਟਣ ਲੱਗ ਪਈ. And he went in jail for the rest of his life. So ਭਾਈ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਮਰਦਾਸ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ tell us, when they tell us ਕਿ ਉਸੇ ਛਿਣ ਕਰੋ, ਫਿਰ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਸਾਨੂੰ, look, it's an easy deal, isn't it? ਜੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਹੁਣੀ ਇਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਭਜਨ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰ ਲਈਏ, if we start doing extra ਸਿਮਰਨ ਭਜਨ now, then Maharaj will bless us greatly, won't they?
ਜਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਭਗਵੰਤ ਭਜਨ ਬਿਨ ਸੁਖ ਸੁਪਨੇ ਪੀ ਨਾਹੀ.
Maharaj ਕਹਿੰਦੇ, don't think in your life that you'll get sukh and comfort in your dreams if you're, ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਮੰਨਦੇ. ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦਾ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ say ਕਿ ਇਹ ਸੁੱਖ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸੁਪਨੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿਸੂਗਾ. You won't get comforts in your sleep, in your dreams. And Maharaj says ਕਿ ਇਹ ਇਸੇ ਸਮੇਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਭਗਤ ਭਜਨ ਬਿਨ, ਭਗਵੰਤ ਦੇ ਭਜਨ ਬਗੈਰ, without remembering ਅਕਾਲ ਪੁਰਖ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ and spending time in remembrance of God, you won't get any other place. ਹੁਣੀ ਸਮਾਂ ਆਇਆ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੁਕਤ ਹੋ ਜਾਓਗੇ.
ਸਾਰੰਗ ਮਹੱਲਾ ਨਾਵਾ.
In the next Shabad, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj blesses forth.
ਕਹਾ ਨਰ ਆਪਣੋ ਜਨਮ ਗਵਾਵੇ.
Why are you wasting your life away? Guru Sahib say, you warrior. Nar. Nar means warrior there. Nar means person, man there as well. But ਇੱਥੇ ਸੂਰਮਾ ਵੀ ਆਖਦੇ ਆ ਨਰ ਨੂੰ. Maharaj saying, you warriors, ਜਾਕੋ ਹਰ ਰੰਗ ਲਾਗੋ ਇਸ ਜੁਗ ਮੈਂ ਸੋ ਕਹੀਤ ਹੈ ਸੂਰਾ. The true warrior in this day and age is that person who attaches themselves to bhajan of Akal Purkh Vaheguru. Atam jinai sagal avastha ke jaka satguru pura. They got the perfect guru and they win their soul over. They conquer their soul. Atam jinai sagal avastha ke, and everything, all these corrupt things that are enticing our minds, they're all under control. Guru Sahib says, oh man, oh warrior, tu bhajan kyun nahi karda?
ਮਾਇਆ ਮਦ ਵਿਖਿਆ ਰਸ ਰਚਿਓ.
In this middle of this illusion, you're attached to the poisons that we already stated.
ਰਾਮ ਸਰਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਵੇ.
You don't come into the sanctuary of Guru Sahib. ਇੱਥੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ. ਹੁਣ ਇੱਥੇ ਕੋਈ ਆਪਾਂ, sometimes we can't get to the sanctuary of Guru Sahib. Let's just say ਕੋਈ ਮੁਸੀਬਤ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ, ਕੋਈ ਸਿਚੁਏਸ਼ਨ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ that we can't. ਬੇਅੰਤ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖ ਹੋਏ ਇਸ ਵੇਲੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਪੁਰਾਣੀ ਸਮਾਂ ਉਮਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਂ ਵੱਡਰੀ ਉਮਰ ਵਿੱਚ, they can't go ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰ because they're not able to. ਹੁਣ Maharaj goes to see them, don't they? Atihas tells us when they went to Dhaka, Bangladesh, Balaki Das was a masand. His mother was so bird. But look at her pavna. Odi pavna ki si. She couldn't go to see Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj. But Maharaj goes, Raja Bishan Singh and all the army, Maharaj goes to her house, stands in front of her door. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਦਰਵਾਜ਼ੇ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਕਿਉਂ ਖੜਦੇ ਆ ਗੁਰੂ ਤੇਗ ਬਹਾਦਰ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ? Why? For many months, she'd made a sundar pashak, preparation. She'd made a sundar shirt for Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj to wear. ਫਿਰ ਉਹਨੇ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਪਲੰਗਾ ਬਣਾਇਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਸੀ, and she would sit every morning, put toof, do the toof around the shirt of Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj, put the shirt on the palanga, ਫਿਰ ਉਹਦੇ ਤੇ ਰਮਾਲਾ ਦੇ ਦਿੰਦੀ ਸੀ, ਸੋਹਣੇ chadran vishha ke a whole ramala across the whole palanga, and then a cover over the shirt of Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj with the ichha, with the desire that Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj will come to see her. And Maharaj went and knocked on her door. Maharaj blessed her, and Maharaj got so khush with and came and sat on that very palanga. Fi Maharaj nu poshak diti. She gave the shirt to Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj, and Maharaj said, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj de gharon jo bhi tu mangna chahndi hai mang la. Whatever you want from the house of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, ask for it. I'm ready to give it you. Whatever you want. She didn't ask for anything materialistic. She didn't ask for anything. Maya, mere ghar de, mere bacche, jeen, mere. All she said, Maharaj, mainu tusi mil gaye hain. I just want to see you. Mainu thade darshanan di lord si. I just want to see you all the time. Theek hai, mil gaya. Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj said, इशनान करके जब तू सवेरे अमृत वेले बैठोगी, जपजी साहिब दा पाठ करोगी, when you do recite Gurbani, in your heart you'll see me. That was the blessing that she got. Sari Umar, until the end, she kept seeing Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj's roop. But look at the preparation. Mihne baddi, saal baddi. She had prepared all that thing for Guru Tegh Bahadur. Ki apne gharan vich je apan nahi jande Guru de charnan vich, in our homes, do we have that room in our house? Do we have that place in our house made beautifully for Maharaj Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj, for Guru Sahib to come, for Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj to come? Do we have Sundar Ramale waiting for Maharaj? Look at preparation, hai na, Bhavna. Otthe ve Bhavna, when Bhavna comes into it, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj, in the form of Guru Granth Sahib Ji, comes to your home. Pan Singh will come to your home and bless you in the form of Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji Maharaj. No doubt about it. But Bhavna puri kariye. We do the preparation. That's what Maharaj wants from us. Vishram de ke Guru Sahib bakshish karde han. This whole world is like a dream, Guru Sahib says. It'll come to an end when you wake up. When you wake up, when dukh hits you, that dukh spurs you to remember Akal Purv Vaheguru. Why are you looking at this impermanent world and think it's real? It's not real. Maharaj saying the same thing again. Whatever is in this world that you see in front of you, growing in front of this world, uda naas hona hai. Like a plant grows, uda bhi naas hona hai. Beej paune hai, une flower jamna hai, oh bhi naas ho janda hai. Everything that comes into this world is naashwant. Koi nahi reh sakda immortally for the rest of this world. And in the same way, understand that your body is just as impermanent. It's false. Like Mata Ji did, Mata Blaki Das Ji's Mata did. Maharaj ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਇਸ ਵਿਧੀ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਬੰਧਾ ਲਓ. Take this method of thinking and think, my body is not permanent. Have that in your mind before you start your part. Before you start your Simran, remind yourself of it. कि ਤਨ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ real ਨਹੀਂ. I'm not real. This body isn't real. This body isn't real. And then do bhajan. Fir Maharaj bakshna karde. Jan Nanak soul jan mukta. Maharaj ਕਹਿੰਦੇ that Jan, the humble servant, is then liberated who thinks this. Ram bhajan chitalawe. ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਭਜਨ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ, ਰਮਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਪਰਮੇਸ਼ਰ ਦਾ. So that person who thinks they're not real, that they are just transitory. This real isn't real. When the Sri starts hurting, ਗੋਡੇ ਭੰਨ ਦੁਖਣ ਲੱਗ ਪੈਂਦੇ ਆ, ਉਦੋਂ ਸੋਚੋ ਕਿ ਗੋਡੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੇ. They're nothing. ਇਹ ਗੋਡੇ ਨਹੀਂ. That's just your pain, and you'll forget it. It'll just disappear. Guru Sahib will take you out that pain, because the blessing ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ is not linked. It's linked to ਸ਼ਰਧਾ ਭਾਵਨਾ. ਹੁਣ ਬੇਅੰਤ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਤੇ ਬੜੇ, there's no stools here, isn't there? ਸਟੂਲਾਂ ਤੇ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਬੈਠ ਸਕਦਾ ਆਣ ਕੇ. But if those stool ਵਾਲੇ start sitting in the sangat on the floor, and they've got that avastha in their mind ਕਿ ਗੁਰੂ ਨੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਠੀਕ ਕਰ ਦੇਣਾ ਹੈ, ਗੁਰੂ ਅਵਸ਼ ਕਰੂਗਾ. Guru will do it. Guru will do it and heal it. ਪਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਨੂੰ ਸਮਝਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ, ਤੋਛੀ ਸਮਝਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ. Anyway. Sarang mahalla nava. In the final shabd in Sarang, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj blesses forth. Man kar kabhu na har gun gayo. You never focus man karke on Guru Sahib. Maharaj says, man nu vich la, e man har ji ਧਿਆਏ tu, ek man ek chit paye. Har kiya sada sada vadiyaiyan de na pacho taye. Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj says, forget every distraction. Phone we band kar deo. Shut your eyes and do bhajan. That's it. Listen to your voice. That's it. Forget everything else. When you're in that mindset, ਫਿਰ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਖੁਸ਼ੀਆਂ ਬਖਸ਼ਣਗੇ।
ਵਿਖਿਆ ਸਖਤ ਰਹਿਓ ਨਿਸਬਾਸੁਰ।
Bhikhya sakata. Bhikhya poison. Sakata means una di shakti. So that you're engrossed in the shaktiya of the poisons that we already mentioned. Nisbasar, night and day. And then, what it says?
ਕੀਨੋ ਆਪਣੋ ਭਾਇਓ।
Apna pyar ਉਹਦੇ ਵੱਲ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੈ. So you're bemoit, you're attached to those poisons day and night. Maharaj says, lift your mind from those poisons. So shut your eyes. Just close your eyes and focus on bhajan, on bandagi. No, nothing to support your back, nothing. बस सिद्धे ही बैठो, भजन करो ਅੱਖਾਂ ਬੰਦ ਕਰਕੇ।
ਰਹਾਉ
ਵਿਸ਼ਰਾਮ ਦੇ ਕੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ।
ਗੁਰ ਉਪਦੇਸ਼ ਸੁਨਿਓ ਨਹਿ ਕਾਨਨ।
So you don't listen to the teachings, the hukum, the katha with your ears, kanan. Maharaj says, if you want to focus your mind, ਅੱਖਾਂ ਬੰਦ ਕਰਕੇ katha ਸੁਣੋ at home. Not here, in the company of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, keep your eyes on Maharaj. But in your home, ਜੇ ਕਥਾ ਸੁਣਦੇ ਆ ਅੱਖਾਂ ਬੰਦ ਕਰਕੇ ਸੁਣੋ।
ਪਰਦਾਰਾ ਲਪਟਾਇਓ।
ਪਰਦਾਰਾ ਲਪਟਾਇਓ। ਪਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ? ਪਰ ਪਰਾਈ ਇਸਤਰੀ, for our mind goes towards another woman or another man, and dara is another relationship. ਆਪਾਂ ਹੋਰਨਾਂ ਬਾਰੇ we take our senses the other way. That's why Maharaj says control it. ਅੱਖਾਂ ਬੰਦ ਕਰੋ। If you see someone nice walking down, ਅੱਖਾਂ ਬੰਦ ਕਰ ਲਓ, walk by. ਫਤਿਹ ਬੁਲਾਉਣ ਦੀ ਕੋਈ ਲੋੜ ਨਹੀਂ ਬੀਬੀ ਨੂੰ। We don't need to say it, do we? We don't need to say if it's a man, do we? We can just say it in our minds and walk on. Have that avastha in it, character. Sant Harnam Singh Rampur Khede wale, when they got to that age, when they found out that actually I need to kind of control my eyesight, what happened? They were in their pen and they saw a young lady, young girl coming towards them. And when she came towards Sant Harnam Singh, he was only a youth at that time. In those days, he should put a veil down. And then he hit him. That when she looked at me, and then he went and asked the senior, and the senior said, then now this is the age where you need to control your eyes now. ਫਿਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਅੱਖਾਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਆ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਸਮੋਟ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਫਿਰ ਕੰਟਰੋਲ 'ਚ ਰੱਖੋ, like know where you're looking. ਹਾਂਜੀ।
ਪਰ ਨਿੰਦਾ ਕਾਰਨ ਬਹੁਤ ਆਵਤ।
But we go towards that place ਜਿੱਥੇ ਨਿੰਦਿਆ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ, gossip ਹੁੰਦਾ, slander ਹੁੰਦਾ, we go and sit in those places, in those spaces.
ਸਮਝਿਓ ਨਹਿ ਸਮਝਾਇਓ।
ਪਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਮਝਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ, ਆਪਾਂ ਸਮਝਾਉਂਦੇ ਆ, Guru Sahib say, and we're not listening, we're not following.
ਕਹਾ ਕਹੋ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਕਰਨੀ।
So ਪਰ ਆਪਾਂ, Maharaj says that we tell everyone our successes as well. This is another a problem that we have. ਜੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਬੈਠਦੇ ਵੀ ਆ, ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਵੀ ਆ ਨਾ, we let the next person know. I sit down for half an hour, I do this, I do that. ਮੈਂ ਕਥਾ ਕਰਨੀ ਆ ਜਾ ਕੇ, ਮੈਂ ਆਹ ਕਰਨਾ ਆ, ਮੈਂ ਉਹ ਕਰਨਾ। ਆਪਾਂ ਸੁਣਾਉਂਦੇ ਆ, ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਹੀ ਪਤਾ ਆ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਨੂੰ, ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਣ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਨਹੀਂ। We don't need to tell anyone. Just say it, keep it inside. Don't let it bubble to the surface. ਉੱਥੇ ਫਿਰ ਅਗਲੀ steps ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ।
ਜਿਹ ਬਿਦ ਜਨਮ ਗਵਾਇਓ।
And we lose our life doing these things. ਮੈਂ ਕਰਦਾ ਹਾਂ, ਮੈਂ ਆਹ ਕੀਤਾ, ਮੈਂ ਉਹ ਕੀਤਾ, ਮੈਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਗਿਆ, ਮੈਂ ਆਹ ਕੀਤਾ, ਮੈਂ ਆਹ ਪਾਸ ਕੀਤਾ, ਮੈਂ ਆਹ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤ ਕੀਤਾ। We tell others. Maharaj says that's not the way.
ਕਹ ਨਾਨਕ ਸਭ ਔਗਣ ਮੋਹ ਮਹਿ।
What should we say? We said ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵੀ ਔਗਣ ਆ ਸੰਸਾਰ ਦੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ। I'm the lowest of the low. ਮੈਂ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡਾ ਪਾਪੀ ਹਾਂ। I'm the greatest papi of all. We should be saying those things. Not get to a point. There's a difference between self-deprecation, where we kind of like, we've got no self-confidence and low self-esteem and saying, I'm not worthy of anything. It's not that. It's actually having qualities and then being humble and saying, Sab Parameshwar hi kara raha hai ji.
ਰਾਖ ਲਿਹੋ ਸਰਨਾਇਓ।
Maharaj says we should do that ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਿ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਆਪੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਚਰਨਾਂ 'ਚ ਹੀ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਆ, ਆਪ ਜੀ ਚਰਨਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਖਿਓ, ਆਪ ਜੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰੋ। ਮੇਰੇ ਗੁਣ 'ਚ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੁਛ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ। I'm a ਪਾਪੀ। ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡਾ ਪਾਪੀ ਮੈਂ ਹੀ ਹਾਂ। ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡਾ ਅਗਿਆਨੀ ਮੈਂ ਹੀ ਹਾਂ। ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡਾ ਅਪਰਾਧੀ ਮੈਂ ਹੀ ਹਾਂ। I am the one, ਲੂਣ ਹਰਾਮੀ, ਗੁਨਾਹਗਾਰ, ਬੇਗਾਨਾ, ਅਲਪ ਮਤ। ਦੇਖੋ ਭਾਈ ਗੁਰਦਾਸ ਜੀ ਇੰਨੇ ਵੱਡੇ scholar, the scribe of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, what did they say? I'm the ਵੱਡਾ ਲੂਣ ਹਰਾਮੀ. I'm the person who's the lowest of the lowest. I'm the ਵੱਡਾ ਅਪਰਾਧੀ. I'm the biggest sinner. I'm begana, alpamat, I don't know anything. Begana, मैं begana hai, I don't know anything. I don't belong to anyone. I've got nothing. Yet they had everything. Guru Sahib wanted to include their writings in Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. Bhai Gurdas Ji Vara, they wanted to, and then on his humility he said, "Nahi Maharaj, I'm not, fir thodi, fir Bani jehdi a, ek kunji banogi to understand Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj." Maharaj says the key to understanding Gurbani ਲੁੱਖ ਕਿੰਨੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਨੇ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਦੇ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਭਾਈ ਗੁਰਦਾਸ ਜੀ 12। ਸੋ ਇੱਥੇ ਸਮਾਪਤੀ ਹੈ। ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ tell us, keep humble, keep focused, focus our attentions on Akal Purukh Vaheguru, listen to the teachings of Guru Sahib and try to follow them instantly, and then Guru Sahib will bless us greatly. ਪੁਨਾ ਚੁੱਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਖਿਮਾ ਬਖਸ਼ਣੀ ਜੀ। ਆਖਰੀ ਪੰਕਤੀ ਪੜ੍ਹ ਕੇ ਸਮਾਪਤੀ ਹੈ ਜੀ।
ਕਹਾ ਕਹੋ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਕਰਨੀ, ਜਿਹ ਬਿਦ ਜਨਮ ਗਵਾਇਓ। ਕਹ ਨਾਨਕ ਸਭ ਔਗਣ ਮੋਹ ਮਹਿ, ਰਾਖ ਰਹਿਓ ਸਰਨਾਇਓ।
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।